The question of human origins, particularly the diversity of peoples, is a subject of profound interest across cultures and disciplines. Within religious traditions, the Bible offers a foundational narrative for understanding humanity's beginnings and its subsequent spread across the earth. This exploration requires careful attention to textual details and historical interpretations. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Our aim is to examine what the biblical text specifically says regarding the origins of different peoples, including those of African descent. We will approach this topic with scholarly rigor and deep respect for the sacred texts and diverse human experiences. It is crucial to distinguish between biblical narrative and later interpretations or misinterpretations. The book of Genesis provides the primary account of creation and the early history of humanity. It describes the creation of Adam and Eve, the first humans, from whom all people are said to descend. This foundational narrative emphasizes a common origin for all of humankind. Following the Great Flood, humanity's lineage is traced through Noah and his three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. These three individuals are presented as the progenitors of all post-Diluvian populations. The Bible details how their descendants spread out to populate the various regions of the world. A pivotal passage often discussed in relation to human diversity is found in Genesis chapter 9. This section recounts an incident involving Noah and his son Ham. After the flood, Noah became drunk and lay uncovered in his tent. Ham saw his father's nakedness and told his two brothers Shem and Japheth outside. In contrast, Shem and Japheth respectfully covered their father without looking upon him. This act of disrespect by Ham led to a significant pronouncement from Noah. Upon waking, Noah learned what Ham had done. He then pronounced a curse, not upon Ham directly, but upon Ham's son, Canaan. The curse declared that Canaan would be the lowest of slaves to his brothers. This specific detail is often overlooked in broader discussions. It is vital to understand that the curse was explicitly directed at Canaan, one of Ham's four sons, not at Ham himself or all of Ham's descendants. The biblical text does not link this curse to skin color or any physical characteristic. Its focus is on the future servitude of the Canaanite people. Historically, the descendants of Canaan settled in the land that would later become known as Canaan, a region frequently in conflict with ancient Israel. The curse is understood within this specific historical and geopolitical context. It is a prophecy concerning the fate of a particular group of people. The Bible does not state that Ham's other sons, Cush, Mizraim, and Put, or their descendants were subject to this curse. These three sons are traditionally associated with peoples who settled in various parts of Africa and the Middle East. Cush, for instance, is often linked to ancient Ethiopia or Nubia. Despite the clear biblical text, the curse of Ham became a pervasive and damaging misinterpretation throughout history. For centuries, this passage was erroneously used to justify the enslavement and subjugation of people of African descent. This interpretation falsely equated Ham with blackness and the curse with a divine sanction for slavery. This racist ideology emerged long after the biblical texts were written, serving to rationalize social and economic injustices. It is a prime example of how religious texts can be twisted to support pre-existing prejudices. Scholarly consensus today overwhelmingly rejects this interpretation as biblically unfounded and morally reprehensible. The Bible itself, particularly in the New Testament, consistently emphasizes the unity of humanity and the equality of all people before God. Passages like Acts 17:26 state that God made from one man every nation of mankind to live on all the face of the earth. This underscores a shared human ancestry. The table of nations in Genesis chapter 10 meticulously lists the descendants of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. This genealogical record describes the geographical spread and diversification of humanity. It outlines the origins of various nations and language groups. From Ham's lineage, the Bible mentions Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Cush is associated with land south of Egypt, often identified with ancient Ethiopia or Nubia. Mizraim refers to Egypt, and Put is linked to Libya or other North African regions. These associations clearly point to peoples who would be considered African. The Bible, therefore, acknowledges the existence of diverse peoples, including those from African regions, as part of the broader human family descended from Noah. It does so without assigning any inherent inferiority or superiority based on their lineage or geographical location. The text simply describes their origins and settlements. In conclusion, the biblical narrative, when read carefully and without imposed biases, does not provide a basis for racial hierarchy or the subjugation of any group. The curse of Ham was specifically a curse on Canaan, not on all of Ham's descendants, and certainly not on people of African descent. The Bible consistently presents a unified origin for all humanity, emphasizing that all people are created in the image of God. While it describes the diversification of nations and languages, it does not link skin color or racial characteristics to divine curses or blessings. Understanding the true biblical account helps to dismantle harmful historical misinterpretations and promotes a more accurate and respectful view of human diversity. The message is one of shared ancestry and inherent dignity for all people, regardless of their ethnic or geographical origins. Please like, comment, and subscribe.